Hey guys, David here and welcome to Digital Outlook. Guys, do we have something big to go over in today's show? SEC veteran talks appeal path. So guys, let's get to it. So guys, something that we all are very well aware of since Judge Annalisa Torres put the gavel down and ended this whole case is whether we're going to see a big time SEC appeal. And boy, had there been one opinion from one side all the way to the other side. Well, guys, we've got an SEC veteran coming out and basically saying, hey, this is the pathway for the SEC's appeal. Now, just check this article out right here. SEC veteran teases potential appeal path in the lawsuit. In the past week, Judge Annalisa Torres put an end to the Ripple SEC lawsuit, imposing a $125 million penalty and prohibiting Ripple from breaching securities laws in the future. Well, of course, Ripple has in fact changed their on-demand liquidity style contracts so that they do not represent securities, and that means that ODL can actually be utilized right here in the United States. And guys, that was a massive win because the SEC was inspecting an injunction against Ripple where they wouldn't be able to even sell their XRP to institutions. But guys, that is not the case. Now, the penalty fell short of the SEC's $2 billion target, causing XRP to rise more than 20%. Now, they were asking for $2 billion because over $897 million was related to disgorgement. Another 200 and some million was related to the interest on that disgorgement. But because there was no harm, where no one got harmed, there was no fraud involved, nobody lost money. In fact, the early investors that were involved with those contracts, boy, did they make out like bandits. And so the court saw that and said, no way, we're not doing it. And obviously dropped that. Now, that did cause the price of XRP to absolutely pump that 20%. Now, given that the SEC earlier tried and failed to file an appeal, that interlocutory appeal, in the Ripple case before Judge Torres' final judgment, speculations are building on whether the agency might likely again attempt to appeal that ruling, including the issue of secondary sales and the penalty. Now, in a discussion on X regarding the Ripple case, Mark Fagel, a former SEC regional director, recently shared his perspective on what such an appeal might look like if one happens, now shedding light on the likely direction it would take. And here's the actual tweet right here. Catherine writes out, I want to correct some misinformation I'm seeing. Ripple won on the institutional sales. Thus, if the SEC's appeals, they'll appeal the secondary sales. It's not like the whole judgment is automatically called into question. Now, Mark Fagel pipes up and he says, not exactly. The SEC won on institutional sales, which were found to violate the law. Well, it was the sales that were done back there in 2013, not all institutional sales. And that's where Catherine is seeing it as a win. Because, of course, the SEC wanted that injunction so bad to limit institutional sales in the U.S., but they didn't get it. Now, Ripple won on programmatic sales, he says, i.e. sales through third-party intermediaries, which we're talking about exchanges. Now, he says it is the latter which the SEC could be appealing, but then Ripple would likely cross-appeal the former. Now, Fagel noted that the SEC won the issue on institutional sales, like we were just talking about there, and Ripple secured a victory on programmatic. Now, where the court ruled that these sales did not constitute unregistered securities. And that is where XRP stands. Even if they do appeal, until that appeal is finalized, XRP would not be determined to be a security. And if you hear otherwise, guys, it's utter FUD. Now, Fagel added that if the SEC proceeds with an appeal, it might seek to challenge the decision related to the programmatic, like we just read. Now, it also suggests that should the SEC move forward with an appeal, Ripple is likely to cross appeal. Now, shortly after the final judgment was handed down, Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderoty, piped up, and in the discussion, the outcome of the case in a CNBC interview where he addressed the possibility of an appeal. Alderoty noted that the SEC certainly has the option to pursue an appeal, having 60 days to make that determination. He added, though, that Ripple remains focused on the finality the order brings. The Ripple chief legal officer then indicated that if the SEC is a rational actor, there should be no appeal and everyone could move on. Now, of course, that is how most of us see it. This has been going on for literally years, guys. December of 2020, and Judy and I were buying XRP before this even happened. And so we're talking like a number of years since this has taken place. And a decision after decision after decision the SEC has lost. Now, if they go out and appeal it and they get absolutely crushed in an appeal, I'm telling you guys, I don't think they want to risk it because they could literally lose jurisdiction and definition, by the way, over the entirety of this digital asset space. And I think they know it because in that Coinbase lawsuit, what did they do? They amended their own notice of application, right? And what did they do? They took out all of those ones like Cardano and Algorand and this and that they said violated the securities laws as they were securities. They amended that. They took it out. They don't want the court to rule and get a definition on that. Guys, it could really, really be something else. Now, what else I want to show you is this. Listen to this right here. XRP not to replace the US dollar, but to disrupt banking, says top crypto executive. And this is not just some slouch. Guys, former Bitfury CEO Brian Brooks. Now remember, Brian Brooks held the office of the comptroller for the United States, the comptroller of the currency. He held that position. So this guy knows how the monetary system works in a massive way. He's not just the CEO of former, exchanges and things like that. After he left the government, he went on to be CEO in a number of these exchanges. Now, he asserts that XRP is not attempting to substitute the US dollar. Well, of course, we know that. But to revolutionize the value transmission system. Bang. This is big. Brooks, a senior advisor at Valor Capital Group, expressed this view during a crypto conference hosted by the Aspen Institute. During the session, he clarified the broader purpose of crypto assets. In particular, Brooks stressed that cryptocurrencies are not about currency in the traditional sense as a medium of exchange. According to him, it is a big misconception that cryptocurrencies must replace traditional currencies to be successful. Instead, Brooks emphasized that XRP and other digital assets like Ethereum are designed to disrupt the centralized banking system by enabling decentralized networks where users have control rather than the bank CEOs. And guys, the thing is this, when you're talking about XRP and of course Ethereum, you're talking about utility. You're talking about what problems in the wide world do they solve? Well, one problem we know that XRP absolutely solves is the nostro-vostro liquidity problem with cross-border payments and settlement within seconds. Trillions of dollars being locked up in these nostro-vostro accounts, which is Latin for basically for ours, yours. And banks that want to make transactions through the Society for Interbank Financial Transfers, I think SWIFT, guys, they have to go through this system, this old, antiquated 1970s system that has locked up the world's economy with a liquidity crisis. And what solves it? Well, on-demand liquidity solves it. And guys, that alone right now is freeing up corridors around the wide world with respect to cross-border remittances into the billions of dollars a day. And by the way, settling in 3 to 5 seconds and costing less than pennies to do. Amazing. Now, He likened the value of cryptocurrencies to internet stocks, explaining that much like betting on Google, and I love this one, during the rise of the internet, investing in crypto assets is about anticipating the future of financial networks. It's like betting on Google if you think there will be high internet traffic, or shorting Google if you think people will go back to the post office. Wow, I really love that one right there. Now, do you believe we're going back to snail mail with all the email and everything that's going on and all that? Guys, we are only going forward. And what do we know? We know that 98% of nation states are out there right now. And what are they doing? They're developing central bank digital currencies. But guess what, guys? They're basing it, majority of them, off the XRP ledger. You got it. In fact, Ripple is the #1 developer for central bank digital currency private ledger platforms in the entire world. I was going to say on Earth, but in the entire world. It is truly something else to see. So we know what the future is, and the future is distributed ledger technology. And we're going into a digital economy. It's a known fact. I mean, Larry Fink and all these guys, when they talk about real world asset tokenization and the tokenization of securities, what do you think they're talking about? They're talking about moving us into a digital economy. And get this, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, which puts through trillions of dollars of transactional volume daily. Research that. Well, they've already gone on to blockchain. They signed up with R3 Corda for instant settlement. And guess what? R3 Corda uses to help facilitate that instant settlement. XRP and XDC right there. Bang. Now, essentially, Brooks highlighted the significance of focusing on the underlying technology in crypto and its potential to reshape financial systems rather than fixating on the short-term price movements that often dominate the headlines. And guys, this is exactly where we need to be. We don't need to be fixating on the day-to-day penny moves. I mean, come on. Are you really investing in XRP so that it goes up 6 cents and you can get out? Most aren't. Are you buying in XRP at 55, 60 cents to sell at $1.10, $1.20? I highly doubt it. That's where we want to look down the road at what's coming and the valuations of what these things are going to be. Think of Alphabet in the early days of the internet with Google and all that. It was hardly anything. Well, guys, look at where they are now. One of the biggest behemoths in the wide world in history right now. That says it all as far as I'm concerned now. Notably, Brooks made these comments during the height of the immediate past bear market when Bitcoin, XRP, and other assets had lost significant value from their earlier bull run. Although the market has since turned bullish with Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high, his insights remain relevant. Blockchain researcher Colin Brown recently called attention to Brooks' past sentiment, particularly regarding the idea that XRP is not trying to replace the US dollar in financial markets, as some ambitious XRP advocates have suggested. Well, I don't know anyone that suggested XRP was going to replace the dollar. I've heard them saying that, hey, XRP will be the bridge asset for the new dollars that are coming in central bank digital currencies. Now, guys, this is truly phenomenal when we see it. Now, Brian Brooks made a lot of these statements in the past, but it's well worth noting considering the environment that we are in right now with the stablecoin issuances that are coming up. And having said that, guys, look at this article right here. XRP community leaders urge caution amidst Ripple RLUSD excitement. Now, here is why. Recently, Ripple officially entered the private beta phase for its US dollar stablecoin, deploying it on both the Ethereum mainnet and XRP ledgers. However, amid this excitement surrounding RLUSD, key voices within the XRP community have urged caution. Vet, the co-founder of XRP Cafe, recently issued a warning to the XRP community members that they should remain vigilant as the XRP ledger sees positive developments such as tokenization and stablecoin projects. His caution came as the XRP ledger continues to undergo significant amendments, raising interest from various actors. Vet stressed the needs to approach these changes carefully, noting that bad actors may seek to capitalize on developments, putting unsuspecting individuals at risk. Guys, we have seen it every time. These scammers come out there, they set up these trust lines, they do all this stuff, and they scam people out of their crypto. And in fact, a lot of times my videos will come out, and before the video, there's this Chris Larson or Brad Garlinghouse video offering, oh, well, because the case is now settled, we're just going to give you, some free XRP. Absolute hogwash, but guys, they do it because people fall for it. Don't be a victim. Be vigilant. This warning builds upon one from another prominent community figure, Wrath of Kahneman, who clarified several misconceptions regarding RLUSD. He explained that Ripple has not officially issued the stablecoin and highlighted that any account can set up trust lines on the XRPL. And guys, one right here is how you can kill the FUD of, oh, the SEC is going to sue Ripple over RLUSD. It has not even been issued yet. So that is utter hooey. And furthermore, they have to get approval from the regulatory authorities in the US government before they can go ahead and do it. And so guys, this whole idea that the SEC's going to come back with another lawsuit against Ripple because of RLUSD, I don't buy it. Now listen to this. According to him, merely configuring trust lines does not imply that the stablecoin is available, nor does it confirm any immediate release of RLUSD. Wrath of Kahneman also addressed misinformation surrounding India's use for XRP. And guys, we had reported that just the other day. And this article was plastered all over the internet. And we ourselves went out there and we reported that India was going to use this. Now, he's dismissing, and apparently these claims have been unfounded. And so we do not know for certain, but it just goes to show you how easily it is to get duped into believing something because it is so widespread. Guys, we all have to be more vigilant, that is for sure. Now, building on the warnings, Vet elaborated on the technical aspects of trust lines within the XRP ledger. A trust line, he noted, establishes a connection between an account and a token issuer. The process allows users to specify the maximum amount of a token they wish to hold or receive. While some accounts have already set trust lines to the RLUSD issuer, this does not imply that the stablecoin has been distributed or is ready for public use. That underscored that anyone could set up such a trust line, even though Ripple itself has not yet issued any RLUSD tokens. And one big one that came out just recently for $1 trillion. Guys, pay attention. Additionally, the existence of trust lines with high limits does not equate to the distribution of RLUSD. It simply reflects the amount users are willing to hold if the token were to be released. Now, BAT urged users to consult official sources for accurate information, encouraging them to learn more about how the XRP ledger operates, and he gives the address there. It is important to remember that Ripple officially confirmed that RLUSD is currently in the private beta testing on August 10th. According to Ripple, this testing phase involves its enterprise partners conducting rigorous checks to ensure the stablecoin is secure and reliable before any public release. The firm emphasized that RLUSD is not yet available for trading or purchase and urged users to be cautious of malicious actors who may claim otherwise. Guys, we are seeing some big time developments in this space, and it is so vitally important that we keep our guard up. And guys, absolutely, we want to know the utility and see that utility explode. And when we think about whether or not we're going to see an appeal in this case, guys, until it absolutely happens, I'm not going to let the FUD get into my brain and cause me to be all kind of worried. And furthermore, even if there is an appeal, it does not change the status of XRP or what Judge Annalisa Torres ruled until that appeal would finally get decided, and most folks are thinking it would take into 2026 before that would happen. So even if, and it's a big if, we would have XRP getting the clarity it needs for this next bull run. That is my opinion. I'll tell you what, I've got our ticket right here, and we're ready to ride this thing right through the atmosphere. So guys, with the way things are happening, this space could take off in a moment's notice. And that is why it is so vitally important that you get your plan in place. And what our coaching program offers, that is where you and I can meet personally, one-on-one for 1 hour over Zoom. And during that time, I share with you our personal journey in that last bull run and what enabled Judy and I to experience some amazing financial success. I share with you the mistakes we made so that you don't have to fall into the same pitfalls we did. We take a look at your portfolio and make sure that it's balanced towards your goals, and we work together to develop your exit strategy. We can even get your assets off an exchange and onto a hardware wallet, along with delivering to you some amazing techniques that are really going to help you in this space. Now, the cost of that is $250, and if that's something that interests you, you write me right there at coaching@thedigitaloutlook.com, and we'll get y'all booked in. So guys, I truly hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, it's not financial advice, it's just my 2 cents. Hit the like and subscribe and drop your comments right down there in the comment section, and I'll catch you in the next one.